Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. A very respected Nawab of Junagadh, Nawab Jahangir Khan ji, respected Sahibzada Sahab, the organizer, panelist, Commodore Khalid Sahab, and rest of the participants. This is indeed a great pleasure for every one of us that finally the government of Pakistan has decided to include the state of Junagadh in the map of Pakistan. Although it is a long-awaited map, it was a long-awaited decision, but at least the government of Pakistan has taken a decision in principle to pursue a map at international level where it has all its legal or the constituent parts, the federating parts in the state of the Pakistan. The leftover agenda is that how now to pursue this map, how to pursue the legal rights of the Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you that Nawab of Junagadh was pursued. He was indeed forced upon. He was pressurized. Up to the people like Lord Mountbatten, Jawaharlal Nehru, Patel, and even the bureaucrat, the civil servant who was given the assignment about the states, about the accessions of the state, V.P. Menon, the infamous character in the history of India. He even had pressurized Nawab of Junagadh and pressurized him to the extent that if you decide otherwise, that is, if you decide to not to accede to India, then we can make use of the force. But we salute that great Nawab that he refused. And he said that, no, I have the only one option, and that option is the accession of state with the state of the Pakistan. Let me tell you that until 15th August 1947, the Indian rulers, particularly Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who was very close to Lord Mountbatten and his family, he indeed, through his team, was able to persuade almost all Nawabs, all those heads of the princely states, except few. And Junagadh was one of the states which was having the huge revenue, fifth among all the 562 princely states of India at that time. And this was a very well furnished, very well established, very well economically managed state at that time. Ladies and gentlemen, the unique feature with the state was that definitely it was not in geographical contiguous with the Pakistan, but I recall that once it was questioned about, then Nawab and Diwan both said that yes, it is so, but we have a very clear approach with the new state, that is state of the Pakistan through sea. And indeed, there is no state in between, there is no geographical boundaries in between, which can make us an easy accession with the state of the Pakistan. Then, ladies and gentlemen, as per Vienna Convention 1969, Article 2, the instrument of accession which was signed between the state of Pakistan and the Junagadh state, it has all the legality. And this legality include that this is between two states. It was signed. It was a written document. And more so, it was a document Nawab of Junagadh signed with the state of the Pakistan after having consent from the council. I mean, it had the consent from the people at the council of the Junagadh, which included Muslims as well as non-Muslim. So it was not a decision in isolation. Once it has the legal authority, it is part of the international law for that matter, then Pakistan can claim, Pakistan can pursue this, the legal right or legal, this being as legal part of the Pakistan. Unfortunately, why we have not done so in our history of 72 years, that's a question mark. But as I said in the initial part of my speech, that if we have taken a principled decision now, we need to pursue it. Now coming over to many questions, that after all, if we accept that Junagadh is part of Pakistan, then what's wrong with the instrument of accession between India and the state of Jammu and Kashmir, that is Maharaja and the India? Let me tell you that India has not been able to produce such a document, that is instrument of accession, which state of Junagadh has, and it is available with the state of Pakistan today. But even India do not have that instrument of accession in writing today, claiming that it was lost somewhere for that matter. But there is more than that, because the instrument of accession, which indeed is disputed between Maharaja and the Indian government by the historians like Alastair Lamb, like Victoria Schofield, and so many other British and American scholars also. That instrument of accession was never signed before India formally invaded the state of Jammu and Kashmir on 27th of October 1947. But I have in my research evidences that Indian forces, the state of Patiala forces and other states forces, they were right in the Indian occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir at that time, before India formally invaded at 8 o'clock in the morning of 27 October 1947. In case of Junagadh, Pakistan did not send its troops to the Junagadh, despite Diwan and Nawab Shah was asking Pakistan. Reason being that Pakistan was not having the army at that time, which was ready in the form of the battalions, in the form of brigade for that matter. But definitely the will of the people, the will of the ruler at that time was there. In all legality of this instrument of accession between the state of Pakistan and the state of Junagadh is a legal document. But by all legalities, the instrument of accession, which as a matter of fact wasn't signed, and if at all it was signed after 27th of October 1947 by the Maharaja of Kashmir, Hari Singh. That was signed, if it was signed under duress, that's something important. But there's important aspect, that the excuse which Maharaja, it is said, which Maharaja made to the India, that excuse was indeed not valid. The tribesmen did not enter Kashmir before 22nd of October 1947. But the Indian forces, the Indian security forces were formally seen at various places, Baramulla, and around the Srinagar before that, which means that India has already invaded the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan has not. Study it and now take it to the United Nations organization, because it was already referred to United Nations at the time once India forcibly occupied it. So India in its history has been occupied. Maybe it is Kashmir, maybe it is Hyderabad, maybe it is a Junagadh. And now it is the right time that one states all around, I mean the nation states, like Pakistan, it has now a new map with the reality. Like Nepal, it has a new map where it claims what the area it has. And now Bhutan is also preparing for that. Therefore, we have to understand that India is facing a problem, which is the diplomatic isolation. India is facing a problem, legality. India is facing problem both within, that is at domestic level, after it has illegally acceded the Indian occupied state of Jammu and Kashmir in the form of union territories. And then India is facing a problem after it has enacted, or it has a new act in the form of Citizenship Amendment Act 2019. So it's right time that the legal fraternity of Pakistan, the legal department, the Foreign Office of the Pakistan should have this issue raised at the level of United Nations, at the level of other human rights organization, and even at the level of ICJ. And we expect that Pakistan will take a very, very bold step, very, very legal step. And India will have to, as a matter of fact, India will have to go on defensive. With this, ladies and gentlemen, I would thank again the Muslim Institute for organizing this seminar with consistency. As a matter of fact, I'm sure that it was because of the Muslim Institute that it has been repeatedly organizing such seminar about the legal claims over the Junagadh, then about the issue of Jammu and Kashmir and so many other issues that the government of the Pakistan has been provoked, as a matter of fact, in order to claim and issue a new map. And this new map, as a matter of fact, is going to be pursued. And after pursuing it legally at all forum, inshallah, Pakistan is going to be at a legally higher pedestal. And that would give us at least a status that we can pursue it legally, we can pursue it at all forum. And whatever India has done in the history of the last 72 or 73 years, we will be able to at least undo it with the passage of time. But definitely, we need to do a lot because we have lost so many time, almost 7 decades in the very precious history of the Pakistan. Thank you very much.